By Catherine Pereira and read by Indrani Senanayake. The headlines. The President says Sri Lanka needs to excel in healthcare to attract medical tourists. President Ranil Wickremesinghe will visit China next month. Gazette issued pertaining to new Anti-Corruption Act. Young woman mysteriously dies after falling from apartment building. The Electricity Board says that 40 coal ships will be imported during the next few weeks. In foreign news, Kim Jong-un marks North Korea's anniversary with parade. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says it is imperative for Sri Lanka to excel in healthcare in order to boost medical tourism. Addressing an event yesterday, the head of state also emphasized the necessity of restructuring healthcare policies and increasing the number of medical colleges to address the shortage of doctors, according to the President's media division. President Wickremesinghe attended the centenary commemoration of Joseph Fraser Ninewells Hospitals and paid tribute to the legacy of Joseph Fraser, a Scottish planter who played a pivotal role in Sri Lanka's tea industry during its formative years. He emphasized the necessity of restructuring healthcare policies and increasing the number of medical colleges to address the shortage of doctors. The President further acknowledged the challenges posed by the shortage of doctors and stressed the importance of developing an effective solution. He also announced plans to establish the first non-government medical faculty in Sri Lanka, a significant step towards expanding medical education opportunities. Furthermore, President Wickremesinghe highlighted the allocation of the South Asian Institute of Technology and Medicine, SITEM, of the University of Moratuwa, aiming to create more medical education institutions. He expressed hope that the government would support the establishment of additional medical colleges and universities, ensuring that Sri Lanka can produce more doctors. President Ranil Wickremesinghe will visit China on the 16th, 17th and 18th of October and hold talks with Chinese leaders including President Xi Jinping. The visit comes at a time when Sri Lanka remains engaged with China on the restructuring of its bilateral debts. China is the largest bilateral creditor to Sri Lanka. Debt restructuring is part of the program with the International Monetary Fund to tide over the economic crisis. This is the first time the President has undertaken a tour of China after he assumed office last year. The President has already visited countries such as Japan and India at official level. Foreign Minister Ali Sabri said earlier that Sri Lanka hopes that China will assist the country in its bid to restructure the external debt on the ongoing negotiations on Monday. Sabri said negotiations have been progressing well with the Chinese, as they are believed to hold over 50% of Sri Lanka's external debt. An extraordinary gazette has been issued by the Ministry of Justice, Prison Affairs and Constitutional Reforms, Dr. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa, pertaining to the new Anti-Corruption Act. Accordingly, as per the relevant gazette issued yesterday, the new act will be deemed effective from the 15th of this month. The new Anti-Corruption Act aims to enhance transparency in government and public confidence in the government and to establish an independent commission to exercise and perform the powers and functions under the legislation. It also seeks to give effect to obligations under the UN Convention Against Corruption and any other International Convention on the Prevention of Corruption, to which Sri Lanka is a party, and recognize international standards and best practices in order to establish a culture of integrity in Sri Lanka. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Next Gen Lifestyle ku set agum digital banking partner People's Bank.
We continue with local news. The body of a young woman who had died after falling from the 13th floor of a multi-story residential building was recovered early this morning. Reports revealed that the deceased was a British citizen of Sri Lankan origin. The body was found after the Mount Lavinia police officers received a complaint at around 2:40 a.m. The 27-year-old had arrived in the island on the 8th of March this year and purchased an apartment unit in the aforementioned residential building located at Alvis Road in Mount Lavinia. It was also reported that she was romantically involved with a young law student from the Vellavatta area with whom she had become acquainted via Facebook. Upon her arrival, she had been living in the apartment with a 29-year-old boyfriend for the past 6 months. The police said the young man, who is pursuing higher studies in Switzerland, had returned to the island in 2022. According to reports, she was supposed to fly back to England tomorrow. During interrogations, the boyfriend told the police that they had a fallout in the early hours of the day. The Electricity Board says that 40 coal ships will be imported during the next few weeks. The coal will be imported on behalf of the next electricity generation plan. The first ship is scheduled to arrive next week. It is planned to provide the coal to the Norotole power plant to generate electricity. Measures will be taken to provide the electricity supply with the use of coal continuously. That ends the local segment of news.
Enjoy seamless shopping. Open LCs, settle bills and transfer funds instantly, anywhere and anytime. With People's Bank Digital Solutions, you're empowered to do more whenever and wherever you want. Unlock a world of modern banking conveniences with People's Bank, your next generation digital banking partner. People's Bank.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
British High Commissioner Andrew Patrick called on Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena at the Temple Trees to exchange views on bilateral ties and development cooperation between Sri Lanka and the United Kingdom recently. The High Commissioner expressed his firm commitment to further enhance bilateral ties and develop cooperation between the two countries. The Prime Minister urged the United Kingdom to explore the possibility of initiating new investment projects with the participation of the private sector. He added that Sri Lanka encourages UK investment in sectors such as education, banking and financial services, pharmaceuticals, hospitality and tourism.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
We now take a look at Watchlight. The health sector has warned about the increasing of mosquito breeding grounds with the commencement of the rainy season. Therefore, they request the public to keep their premises clean and free from mosquito breeding places. Schools, state and private institutions should pay special attention in this regard. That came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
It's the power to live life your way. The power to be a trendsetter. Power to you with digital banking from Commercial Bank. Commercial Bank. Our interest is in you.
World News, the headlines. Kim Jong-un marks North Korea's anniversary with parade. Hottest day expected as thunderstorms warning in some areas in the UK. Syrian Druze. Protesters condemn Assad at mass rally. North Korea has marked the 75th anniversary of its founding day with a parade attended by Russian diplomats and a Chinese delegation. The Friday event in Pyongyang's Kim Il-sung Square featured uniformed paramilitary brigades. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, a Russian military song and dance ensemble and officials from Beijing were all in attendance. The event follows rumors that Mr. Kim might meet Vladimir Putin this month. It is understood Mr. Kim is planning to travel to Russia to discuss with the Russian president the possibility of North Korea providing Moscow with weapons to support its war in Ukraine. The sweltering weather is said to continue today as September's unprecedented heatwave peaks. Thursday was the warmest day of 2023 yet, with 32.6 degrees centigrade recorded in Wisley, Surrey. BBC Weather says temperatures could reach almost 33 degrees centigrade today, making it the 6th consecutive day of the mercury exceeding 30 degrees centigrade. However, it may be the last hot day for some areas of England and Wales, with the warning of possible thunderstorms. It comes as figures published by NHS England show that there had been a 5-fold increase in the number of people seeking advice about heat exhaustion over the past week. About 2,000 anti-government protesters have rallied in South Syria and torn down a portrait of President Bashar al-Assad in a city square. It was the latest protest to grip the city, Suwaida. Anger at the government erupted there 3 weeks ago when fuel subsidies were removed, deepening widespread economic hardship. The authorities have not yet taken any drastic action against the protesters. Suwaida is in a region mainly populated by the minority Druze sect. The government-controlled city has escaped the worst ravages of the civil war but is suffering from an economic crisis like the rest of Syria. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Kim Jong-un marks North Korea's anniversary with parade, hottest day expected as thunderstorms warning in some areas in the UK. And Syrian Druze protesters condemn Assad at mass rally. That ends this bulletin of world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
This message is for all the kids between the ages of 4 and 16 who love to draw. Commercial Bank's Arunalu Sittam is back once again. This time, the competition is also open to Sri Lankan kids currently living abroad. First, second and third place prizes will be awarded along with special merit and merit certificates. For more information, visit the Commercial Bank website. We have so many prizes to be won.
On to development news. Measures will be taken to enhance the efficiency of the railways, and the reconstruction of railway lines will begin soon. 1,000 rail tracks have been imported from China at a value of 2 billion rupees. These tracks have been imported under the financial grant of the Asian Development Bank. That was development news. And now we take a look at sports news. The first match is being played between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. Batting first, Sri Lanka were 257 runs for 9 wickets. Bangladesh scored 57 runs for 1 wicket at the end of the 12th over. That was sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
For the first time, the Singapore Airlines Colombo Airport team won the Soaring Team Award by the Singapore Airlines HQ that was recently held at the Shangri-La in Singapore. The award was presented by Mr. Goh Choon Pong, CEO of Singapore Airlines. The award was to recognize the outstanding members of the team that prioritized customer care without compromise, showed exemplary teamwork and strong resilience in spite of tumultuous circumstances. That was business news.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
A look at economic news. A group of Chinese industrialists called on Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena at the Parliament recently to discuss possible investments in the fisheries sector. The Prime Minister said there is a vast potential for investments in fish processing and exports, not only to China but also to foreign markets, including Europe and North America. That was economic news.
Weather report.
And finally, we take a look at the weather report. Showers or thunder showers will occur at times in the western, Sabragamuwa, southern and northwestern provinces and in the Kandy and Nuwara districts. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters are likely at some places in the western and Sabragamuwa provinces and in the Puttalam, Galle and Matara districts. A few showers may occur in the Mannar, Vavonia and Anuradhapura districts. Showers or thunder showers may occur at several places in the Uva province and in the Batticaloa and Ampara districts during the evening or at night. Fairly strong winds of about 40 to 45 kilometers per hour can be expected at times on the western slopes of the Central Hills, the northern, north central and northwestern provinces and in the Trincomalee and Hambantota districts. To end tonight's news broadcast, the headlines again. The President says Sri Lanka needs to excel in healthcare to attract medical tourists. President Ranil Wickremesinghe will visit China next month. Gazette issued pertaining to new Anti-Corruption Act. Young woman mysteriously dies after falling from apartment building. The Electricity Board says that 40 coal ships will be imported during the next few weeks. In foreign news, Kim Jong-un marks North Korea's anniversary with parade. That ends tonight's news broadcast. The time is 9:01. This is Radio Sri Lanka.